Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. We will find ourselves in Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Today, Coles is hopefully trying to get the last of the stories that she needs to collect. She has been told she needs to track down one more tribe. She needs to find the Bone Gnawers. It is a Bone Gnawer sept after all. So, after failing to track down the other Bone Gnawers she knew, she has decided to seek out the old woman herself. And so, following advice and the scent that she does vaguely know of her, she is trying to use her nose and what remains of her wits to try and track down Mama L.
Her nose will lead her to the umbral version of the castle, as it were, the cardboard palace. Where if she goes inside, she can something stings in her nose. It kind of smells really funny, as if multiple people here haven't bathed in 27 years. But that is not the only smell you smell. Something's burning in here. As you walk further, you can see an old lady in her glabro form, and she has a stop sign in her hands, and she's currently turning some weird, bubbling, greenish soup in an oil dumpster can. It's like almost like a witch.
Coles will move quite carefully through the cardboard palace towards the fire and the stuff that is cooking on it. She's not trying to hide her approach, she's just trying to be careful so she doesn't step on awkward things. As she gets close enough and sort of tries to be in line of sight of the person stirring the oil drum, she will roll over and show her throat and wait.
You can hear one of the bubbles in the drum go plop. Afterwards, Mother Larissa will look at calls, take out the stop sign, kind of lay it down on the ground. Hi! Raise up. It's okay.
Coles will get to her feet and move a little closer.
Calls the Fury, right?
Yes, Raya. I have a favor to ask of you.
Oh?
I have been instructed by Logan, Master of Challenges, to gather stories for my Fostern challenge. One from each tribe on Sept. And I have one for all the others. But I have struggled to gather one from the Bone Gnawers. And Cletus and I had arranged to exchange stories, but his passing has left me without one. I wished to return to Logan, but it was told to me that I could not go back without a Bone Gnawer story. Of course, in this place it would be wrong, I guess. But
Wrong, you guess? And she kind of gives you the stinky eye.
It would be wrong if we are seeking to... I guess is the wrong word. It is perhaps the most important, seeing as where we are. Would you honor me with a story from yourself?
Sure. Sit down, have a drink. She will grab an old coffee mug and dip it into the oily, soupy, gooey thing and hand it over to Calls. If she chooses to accept the gift from Mother Larissa.
She's I don't have hands to accept it with. She looks quite distressed because she knows. Yeah, she's sort of fidgeting slightly. Her ears are twitching. She's trying to work out how she could say no. She moves over and sniffs it. I do not wish to turn down your gift of this food, but I'm afraid I have difficulties with or I have found in the city here difficulties with some of the food here. Many people have tried to give me substances like sandwiches and ice cream, but they have not sat well with me. I do not wish to offend you, but I do not think this is a good idea.
They're like a meat eater? Is that it?
Yes.
Alright, that's no problem. She will dump the coffee mug upside down and almost like a... She will hold her hand underneath it and you can almost see her hold the liquid just above her hand. And then she will toss away the coffee cup and she will hold the liquid in between her own hands. She will kind of twiggle her fingers and slap her hands together. And when she takes them apart again, she calls the Fury sees a steak.
Calls his eyebrows raise in great shock. And she goes forward and sniffs it carefully and takes it gently with her jaws before moving back to sit down. Thank you. I have never seen a power such as that. It is great indeed.
It's manipulation of the Umbra. Everything here is made out of gnosis, so we can control it with our own. Just, you need to know the tricks to do it.
She cocks her head at you and then just sort of nods. I have gained some little knowledge of the Umbra, but it is only little.
Yeah, that's fine. Does she eat the steak? It smells weird, by the way. I wouldn't say it smells horrible, it just smells very weird.
She's been offered food. It's rude to turn down the food that's been shared with you. If someone is sharing their portion of meat, you should eat it. So yeah, she's carefully eating it, sniffing it strangely, but she will attempt to eat it.
Okay, it's actually not that bad. I mean, it's not worse than any deer you've hunted or anything.
Yeah, she'll carry on eating it carefully, but she will eat it.
Okay.
She's not turning it down. She's a bit surprised, but yeah, she carries on.
I'll just make a note to self. Okay, just so I don't forget. So after she has sat down and she has started to eat the meat, Mother Larissa will herself shift into her breed form, into Hamlet form. She will grab the stop sign and kind of use it as a help to lower herself. Ooh, my bones. After which she will sit down. A story of myself, huh? What sort of story are you looking for?
I have been asked to gather stories of inspiration, specifically stories of when weakness or failure has been overcome. so that I may retell them to members of the Sept, so they may be picked up from their lowest point and be shown that things can still be. Things can
Okay.
still be achieved.
So this is a story many, many moons ago, when I was a spry little girl in the rank of Adrian. My pack and me at the time, we were investigating an Endron oil facility just off the coast here of the city. We snuck onto a ship. We headed out. We noticed immediately that the ship itself had an umbral reflection. So that was kind of funky already. The thing we noticed is that there was an unusual amount of rat spirits on there. Like, I know that, you know what they say, there's always some rats aboard the ship, but these were more than just one or two, so something else is being drawn to this place as well. Any case, we arrive at the facility, and we see that it twists the umbra itself around it. The seas beneath it turn black. As the mother's blood comes free from her veins. We go ahead and we look inside the facility. Doesn't appear to have anything inherently worm tainted at first. The outside, it was clean, but when we entered the building itself, well, things went wrong. There was a very powerful Bane. The Bane had given the name of Raxial, servant of Lord Steel. Melgin and Karna. Me and my pack, we did not know what we were up against. So, as Gara do, we charged. That turned out disastrous. Three of our pack died within the first 10 seconds. The fourth one made sure we could escape, and the fifth one bought us time to actually get it back. At this point, we were with two. Whilst we were there, we found that Al-Shaq was empowering his Endron facility. Whatever it was they were doing there, it was leaving some deep scars in Gaia's blood vessels, in her own veins. Do you know why people put down the Bonars calls the Fury? We're the lowest low. Bottom of the bottom. Everybody looks at us and says, well, at least we're not bonars. Rabble of the rabble will accept anybody, yada, 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 yada. We're also the biggest tribe. Children of Rat. The swarm, as it were. Rats are many. Have you ever been to the underground? Have you ever counted the amount of rats?
They have tried to swarm me before. I admit I did not count them.
See, there you go. Bonars. We don't go for quality, we go for quantity. In our fear, we had Mother Rat speak to us. And she said, these rats that are here on the ship, call them forth. Call forth, brothers and sisters. Bring on the swarm. There's a lesson in that. And that lesson is that you're never alone. There's always something around you can use. There's always someone around you that can help. There's always someone you can stand shoulder to shoulder with. I called upon the rats. Tiny little rat spirits. That they were. Until we started feeding them gnosis. The rats grew stronger and stronger. Many more came. Many more came. The rats then called out to themselves. And even some of the rat changers came along. Reckon. Oh, reckon. And so the swarm descended upon Aljak. Bringing it down with sheer number. With only me and my packmate surviving. The lesson here, Cast of Fury, is that if you look around, the swarm is there, and you're not alone. And don't let anybody teach you that you are alone.
We are wolves. We should never be alone. But yes, your story shows that more than most. It shows just how much and can come from how little, I guess. Thank you. I will tell this story so that those in this place can remember that despite the fact it seems so often that we are surrounded and that there are so many against us, that there are also so many with us.
Mm-hmm. We face great, many, and powerful foes, but we have great, many, and powerful allies upon our side. One just needs to know how to call them.
Allies. Yes, we have shown that we have allies.
In the form of a giant biker gang.
But they were not the only ones who came. But yes, it is good for others to see that we do not stand alone. And that even if we are a Bonegnawer sept, and that even if others might look down on us, as you say, that there are those that will stand with us. There are those that recognise the strength that is here and what we achieve, despite what may seem like many failures and many odds against us. But I will not take up too much of your time. I will think on this lesson. I will gather it with my others, and I will present them to Logan. Thank you. Thank you for your help in this.
You are most welcome, dear.
Calls will get up at this point, and she will back away initially before turning to leave and pick her way back through the cardboard palace quite carefully.
The eldest will wave her goodbye and proceed to go back with the stopping sign to her soup.
Hubbly bubbly soup.
Mm-hmm.
And there we will leave it. Thank you very much, ST, for helping. Good night.